Hello and welcome to the Veneto.fm podcast. So I've been bored and also thinking of what to do, so I decided to start my own podcast. And for now, there's no camera because I don't really have a camera, but I decided to start this talk radio thing. So yeah, without further ado, welcome to the show. So I don't have any scripts for this, so I don't know. I hope you are. I hope you are. I think ready and got some tea with me. Actually, this podcast should be called Tea Time, but probably for now it's called the Veneto.fm podcast, and maybe I will change that later. But I don't know. Maybe 1 hour episodes would be a good thing. So yeah, really actually excited about this because, well, making a podcast that is exciting. So I don't know, I kind of wanted to talk about politics and what is the difference between the left and the right wing. So I wanted to kind of, maybe this talk show should be a political one. I don't know, maybe we will be talking about music also. Not so sure about what topics to talk about, but I am really happy that you are listening to this right now. I'm actually gonna use chat GPT to come up with a subject. So we're gonna come up with a random subject. I might be an expert or I might not be an expert. Tell me, I'm asking chat GPT, tell me what to talk about in my podcast. So we're gonna go with personal stories. Personal stories and experiences, life lessons learned. Share significant life events and the lessons you've learned. Challenges and overcoming them. Discuss personal challenges and how you overcame them, providing inspiration for listeners. Travel adventures. Okay, this is a good one. Travel adventures. Because I have been actually traveling quite a bit, so my travel experiences maybe. So life lessons learned. I think life lesson learned number one is that life is short. So start your podcast right now and don't wait till tomorrow. So that would be the, I think, major life lesson is to, one of the actually the key lessons that I've learned is that don't wait for the good days to come, but make today a good day. That's actually a really profound lesson that I've learned. So let me repeat. Don't wait for the good days, but make today a good day. So that is one powerful lesson. Because sometimes we can just be waiting. So you are waiting. So, for example, if you're a musician, you might be waiting for yourself to get famous, but instead you can make yourself a great musician today by making a song, for example, and starting now and not waiting. So I think that is a powerful lesson. So I'm really excited about this podcasting opportunity. Probably I can post once a week, but sometimes I like to, because sometimes when I start a new thing, I just start focusing on that new thing. So I might even want to kind of, I think, make content like more often than just once a week. I know a lot of people post podcast episodes once per week, but I really, well, I am myself, so I might actually, for example, challenge myself to do one talk every day. I know there's people around who make videos every day, and I really do think that, because most of the time I'm in the mental psych ward now, and most of the time I'm just sitting around being really bored. So yeah, I think I have time now for a little bit more than just one episode per week, but one episode per week, that's nice. Okay, let's continue. So life lesson learned is uh, don't wait for the good days, but make today a good day. Alright, then challenges and overcoming them. Discuss personal challenges and how you overcame them, providing inspiration for listeners. Well, I used to be kind of addicted to alcohol, but now I've been drink free for 6 months and I am actually really enjoying it. I kind of started using alcohol in my teens, and I used to I used to like to enjoy myself by having some beers and listening to music, and these days I'm just listening to the music. I'm not really drinking those beers anymore. So I've been off of alcohol for 6 months now, and I'm feeling really good about that. Travel adventures. Well, I have traveled in many countries in Europe. I've never been to America or Asia, other than Russia, and that was in Europe. But yeah, I've traveled and I really like traveling. I think it opens and widens your horizons quite a bit. Okay. Book reviews. Yeah, I do book reviews on my blog, so I think I will not do book reviews this time on the podcast. Cooking and recipes. Yeah. Well, I'm a vegetarian, so I like all kinds of vegetarian foods, and well, okay, so I'm back. I just made myself some coffee in order to get through get through the hump of starting something new. But yeah, I didn't script this video at all, so I mean this talk, but so I didn't really come up with any subject. So I feel like I'm one of those stand-up comedians on stage where they just put you in stage and you haven't prepared at all for the show, and now you must perform or tell a joke or something, and you didn't plan it beforehand. So so that's what I feel like. Because I think people who usually make podcasts, they have like pieces of paper that they use to they like list out different things. But I should talk about my new book because actually I know a lot about my new book, so that might be an interesting subject. So I've read a book about yoga. It's available as an ebook, like PDF and EPUB. So if you wanna check it out, the link is over at veneto.fm. Go to the shop and you can find it there, and it's a great way to support my business efforts further if you would like to do that. And Actually, I wanted to always start a podcast, like even since my teenage years, but then I got sidetracked by many things, so I never really did it, and I did make a few episodes of that music podcast, but probably probably I will go with talking for now. So, and the funny thing is also that I actually have, because I'm using Ableton Live to record this. So the funny thing is that this can be a music podcast because let's see what will happen if I. Yeah, this is just the benefits of using Ableton Live to record this podcast. I have these sound effects actually also. So yeah, pretty cool, right? So I can play for you. I don't have a keyboard, but I don't have like a piano keyboard, so I'm just using my computer keyboard to play this, but this is really cool. What most podcasters don't do, they don't play music while creating their podcast. Kind of a unique niche. Yeah, I think this is just awesome. So we got sound effects, we got all that good stuff. So, about that book that I wrote, it's really kind of my spiritual perspective on the universe, and it's like a joyful thing. It was a big joy to write that book, and I think I really nailed it. And some chapters really came about well. So if you want to support Veneto.fm and myself and Veneto.fm podcast and stuff like that, then be sure to check that out. You can find the link in the description. And I wonder if I will one day be like Joe Rogan, that everyone is going to listen to my podcast, and yeah. And I should probably put this also to streaming platforms, like I think Spotify, for example, takes podcasts also. Probably yes. So I am actually going to make this first episode about God. So what is God? I've been thinking of that question a lot, because there's literally a lot of wise people who talk about God. So that's how I got like familiar with the subject. So I started to contemplate and think, what is God? Like, is there something that creates reality, like a being or something, like a universal energy that can be called God? And I have come to the conclusion that that is indeed the case. So yeah, God is real. That's the conclusion that I came to. And I even experienced God when I was doing a darkness retreat, because here in Finland it gets really dark in the winter, so I decided not to use any electronic lights in my house for like a month almost. That was back when I was starting my business, and I still remember those days when I was getting really excited about blogging and doing stuff like that, and now this podcast is like the next stage of that. So I wanted to give some credit to Christopher Haresh, Wallis for inspiring me to start a podcast also. So be sure to check out his podcast also. Because podcast, these are very professional things indeed. This is nice to have this piano here, because if I lose the train of thought, sorry, my bad English. Lose the train of thought, lose my train of thought, then I can just play these instruments while I'm thinking of what to say. Because I think in podcasts, because you're talking with yourself, so there's no not so much silence going on around. Like if you're talking with someone else, then you don't talk all the time, because you can simply ask the another person a question and they will do the talking. So if you're in a conversation with someone, you're not constantly talking all the time. That's what I mean. You're not it's not like 1 hour of you talking straight or anything like that. But making a podcast is like you talk all the time, especially when doing it alone. And there's no so what do you think about that? If I was to ask this question to another person, then they would be talking and I would be just in silence. So making a podcast, it's a little bit different than talking to someone. But I am indeed very excited for this. It feels like I'm like a public speaker almost. So I guess I should go into Toastmasters to practice my speaking further. Also, I don't have a mic yet, so I'm just using this computer microphone. But it's fine. Oh. I don't think there's anyone who's doing a podcast of this format, with an instrument and talking, so I guess I must be the first. No need to pay for music when I'm playing my own, because this program I'm using Ableton Live, so it can record 2 channels at the same time, so that is pretty cool. It feels like almost I have my own radio station with me, so thank you technology, thank you YouTube, and thank you Google, and thank you Ableton, and thank you also Lenovo who made my laptop. Thank you to all of these people, and no, I am not sponsored by them, but I kinda hope that I would be. I wonder how many people will listen to this podcast. And should I keep it short and sweet or go for a little bit longer time? I'm probably going for a little bit of a longer episode. I'm trying to make it like 1 hour long, possibly. But making a podcast, it's really hard work, you know. And I got reverb, delay, echo. All of these cool effects to use. So yeah, I guess I'm keeping this episode kinda short and sweet. Or should I? Because I'm actually like, no, let's make it longer. Because I was thinking of actually kind of cutting it and then starting a new one. So, let's make it longer. I think starting a podcast is the best thing to do as a business person these days is to have your own podcast. I think it's best for business because it's really a way to talk with the world. So, and you even get a little bit of money from YouTube for doing this. So that's always nice. Although it ain't much what YouTube pays, but it's something. And it's a good way to communicate with those who listen and listen to your stuff and maybe are fans of your work. Okay, let's ask the AI again for a kind of new subject to talk about. And actually, today is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, so I might make a new episode on the weekend because I kind of want this to be released in the weekends, but like I said, I'm not really holding on to just one episode per week. I might want to do 2 episodes per week of this simply because I really kinda enjoy making this podcast, so why not? Do a little bit more. Okay, well, but I think that this is this is the episode for right now. So thank you for listening, and be sure to let me know in the comments of what topics do you want me to talk about. So what topics do you want me to talk about in the comments, and be sure to hit that like for me and subscribe for more content coming right up. And I will see you the next time, and thank you a lot for listening.